Hey there, how you doing today? This is Linda G. Robert, your Back in the Groove Again coach, helping you live your best life right now so you can love what you do. I am on my hike. Some of you know, if you've been following along, especially with the hiking videos, that I am doing the Del Norte, one of the caminos in Spain. And during the Del Norte, I'll have to walk some very long distances, 25 kilometers one day, maybe 31 the next, 19 the next, maybe 23 the next, and so on, right? You're walking every day to a different city or town or village. So right now, oh, here I am. Right now I'm doing a 14K. I'll show you where I am because it's really nice. So let's see if I can do this here. Yeah. Very nice. And there's another spot I'm going to show you in a second. The point of this video is to talk about when we don't want to do things. Like, I don't feel like doing the 14K. And I know next week I'll be doing 16K. And I think I'll be doing that for a week and a bit. Oh, here, let me show you this part here. When I get to this spot, I know that, I don't know if it's halfway, but I'm almost done. Not quite though. This is the first 7K, and I'm going to do it again to make it a total of 14K. So in a few weeks, 16K, then 18. And the week before I leave, which is September 3rd, I'll be doing 20K 3 times a week. And to be honest, I'm not looking forward to that at all. In fact, I'm dreading it. So here's what we need to do when we are dreading doing certain things. I enjoy walking, right? So I enjoy hiking. It's the length of time, how many, the number of hours that it's going to take me. I'm not that crazy about that. But number one, I have to think of the reason why I'm doing this. I wouldn't be normally walking 14K or 16K or 20K. I'm doing this for a higher reason because of the Del Norte, so that I'm physically ready to do it. So ask yourself, why am I doing this? What's the real why? You might have to dig a little deeper to determine the real why. And focus on that. That's number one. Number two, if you find it too daunting, too overwhelming, for example, last week I did this. This is my second week of 14K. Next week it's a 16. I was getting a bit bored with doing the same trail twice because it's quite physically demanding. I'll show you where I am. Right now it's not so bad. Right? It's not so bad. But there are parts where there's a bit more of an incline. So when I was getting bored doing the same trail twice, I found another trail. And you'll see one of the videos where I did do the Moonlight Beach Trail, which is a total of 7K. And then I came here to do the other 7K. Added a little bit of variety. So that's one thing. Is you want to break it down in smaller tasks. So for example, me, instead of doing the whole 14K at once, because I can't find a 14K trail, first of all, around where I live, I'll divide it up in 2. And halfway, because I do come back at the same spot, I'll go to the bathroom, probably even grab a snack. So divide your long-term project, your hardiest, the task that you find daunting, divide it up in smaller pieces. And if possible, start with the more difficult ones first. If it's not always possible, right? Because you might have to do step 1 first, step 2, step 3. So divide up that project, that task, in smaller tasks, and Give yourself a deadline because sometimes we start a project and we don't end it, especially if it's smaller tasks like that. Give yourself a deadline. Like for me, my deadline is not so much in terms of time, but it's the end of the trail. When I'm done the second 7K, at the end of it, that's my deadline. That's done, right? So I'm not going to go beyond that. So you have to set yourself a deadline. And of course, what's really important is to celebrate those milestones. Yes, and if you can write them down, like I've got them written down in a calendar. I do have it written down on my calendar in my phone. I put OK beside the 14K when I've got it done. Or if I can't get mine done on that day, because I had to shift things around a little bit, I moved it to another day. I will get it done. So allow yourself a little bit of flexibility too, right? That's the last tip I can tell you. Give yourself a break. Think of the big why. That's really important. Divide it up in small tasks. Give yourself a deadline and cut yourself some slack, right? Be flexible. If you can't do any of those tasks on that one day, it's okay. Just bring it to the next day. So I hope that helps you. I know for me it's been really helpful, especially with these walks here. And as I get on more with the kilometers, I'll let you know, man, because next week it'll be a 16K 3 times a week at least. This is Linda G. Robert. You're back in the groove again, coach, helping you live your best life right now so you can love what you do. Bye.